Yes, welcome back from a beautiful last week. Yeah, in case you hear my voice a little weird, you remember at the beginning of the week I told you I caught or sort of caught a cold, and yeah, it's doing the most. But consistency, yeah. Um, I'd love to go through a recap of what we did for the week. I hope you're all doing well. I hope the week was amazing. I hope the analysis helped you make better decisions of market direction, gave you better patience. Yeah, let's go into this. Remember, we chose 11 pairs or went through and got opportunities appearing on 11 pairs. We did analysis for these 11 pairs, and we shall see just right now how many of these setups we took or maybe we didn't, and whether they were wins or losses, what's the total RR, and what's the total we're up for the month. Yeah, that's amazing to know as well. All right, so let's go into this. We start with the euro dollar, and I'll start to explain with let me just get my stylus. So with this setup, I just like my analysis said, I would have the market to shift this way down, and this did not happen. So what was my reaction? I left it. I did not take this trade, much as you can see it broke one of my important levels, tested it very well and pushed. The fact that this is on the 4-hour and a daily level and not in my weekly zones, it wasn't a setup I could take mostly for my analysis. Why again? Because first of all, we had very many setups for the week. Secondly, we don't force trades. Alright, then moving on to the next pair. Yeah. You may excuse me. So this is one of the last pairs we were tagged in. The reason we're tagged in, I think, is because of NFP, but then you look at it in the form of I also was not around. Some of these instruments I really placed buy stop and sell stop orders depending on where I had seen the markets react to or where my plan was. Yeah. So this is what I had seen the market do, and indeed it pulled up. It has given me a one to one hour for now, and we're still holding there. Maybe I should give a feedback on the euro dollar trade, but we shall look into it on we're holding from last week. Yeah. So it gave me and it tagged me in. Would I have taken it when I'm into the markets and seeing it? Probably not. Why? Because you realized how I most times take my setups is week into week. Yeah. And because we're closing week, I feel like volume is going. I wouldn't want to hold certain pairs over the weekend because of the swap fees. But thank God the account I'm using is swap free. Yeah? In case you're curious what that is or what type of account that is, you will reach out to me on WhatsApp or email. My details are down below in the description. So this trade, that's it for now. Again, this was a very beautiful trade. It broke out, broke back into the zone, the ranging zone. Tested very well, but this is something about me. I agreed not to take such setups, ranging setups, because this in the end of it all is still in the range. This is all the range. So what happened? My setups are only above and only below the range. And according to the fundamentals I'm taking and the analysis I've taken for now, I wouldn't want to touch this. This is still the same jumbo mix up. Yeah. The person may ask, why didn't I maybe take it when it came here or retested here? First of all, because you realized I redrew my new levels of taking it from here, where this is what I expected for the market structure to do. Secondly, because there is no engulfing candlestick here, there is no volume. I wouldn't take that. Yeah, let's move on. This trade would have been amazing, but it did not reach my level. It did not reach the level I anticipated. So again, you look at certain trades and you're like, you don't want to take it for the sake. You don't want to take it for the sake, and then you want a beautiful risk to reward ratio. So what did I say? I said I have more setups to take. Yeah, it's quality over quantity at the end of the day. Sometimes the quantity may be still a 1-to-1, but it's quality. or the quality may be still a 1-to-1, but it's quality rather than just trying to take a number and a number of trades. Because now, like for a person who has accounts where they charge high lots per high commission per lots placed, then some of these trades would not be beneficial to them. They would be really giving money to the broker for executing. So I didn't take this trade. Yeah, and for anyone wondering, yes, I woke up at 4 to give you analysis. I'm doing the video at 5 in the morning. Yes, that's work ethic, dedication. Trying to keep this video as short as possible because of how many pairs we had, so I'm going through very fast. Yes. Same thing as one of the previous pairs we've looked at. It did not play out to the way I expected. You get? My anticipation was anywhere starting from this line to even these lines or to this zone below for me to look into taking such a trade. Why? You're trying to minimize the risk to reward ratio, otherwise it is not a profitable trade to take. You get? It's not a profitable trade to take. Mostly if the reward, you'll realize you may end up taking a 1 to a half, then what would that be long term? Yeah. So you look at it and you're like, no, this won't give me what I'm looking for. Next trade. Yeah. So this is the trade we were in and had held through to the next week. When it came back and then gave me that pullback and the opening candlestick was rising, I said, okay, it has created a double bottom. We do not want to go through that. Maybe now we're going to look at it, anticipating for next week in a different analysis for the week, because we are now seeing it's giving new different patterns. It may probably spring up, but that is something we shall first look into and we see from the analysis video for the week. Yes, but for those trades I really closed both of them from there. The first actually from there, then the second we re-entered from there. Now again, this is an example of a beautiful setup I take. Remember, this is in the 4 hours, so what I had exactly anticipated for, which was a major pullback again, you understand, it pulling back to this level before it continues. Did I have doubts a bit in taking this trade? Well, the doji helped for a second, that's what I can tell you, because then you know there's going to be a major market structure shift. But yes, I'll let you know, that bearish candlestick was, that engulfing bearish candlestick had a lot of volume to it. What had me take these trades was the benefit of the risk to reward ratio, where I knew I was placing my stops just below here and I have all this room to play with in my profit margin. As you can see right now, I've already moved my stops here. Now it will depend how the markets open whether I'll decide to delete it and give it more room to play about this zone, or to lock in and let the gods of the markets play out their thing. Like, we came here to get and to leave, to get and to leave, to get and to leave. So yes, that's, I think so far now, like 2 trades we have moved to next week, or we are holding same thing. Yeah, okay. Didn't take this trade at all. I remember us deciding in our analysis that we want to just see what it plays out with, because it's in big ranging gaps like this. Like I mentioned, people could capitalize on this, but it's not how I do my thing. Yeah, okay. But I love how this pair is shorts really like fall very fast. They don't waste time. You don't stay in the trade for too long, and it's very beneficial. It's nice stuff. Same trade, some similar to the other trade. Now the other, I realized there was a bit of correlation. That's why it gave me more convenience to take this trade as well. The correlation, and as you can see what played out, because I saw a lot of resistance here. Support, and I knew, okay, this is something beneficial to take. Why? Again, because I'm like, why should I wait for it to give a better room and then I'm not taking money on the table, and yet I can take it from here, minimize my drawdown limit, or at least my stop loss, and have more room for profit gain. Yeah, so that's one of my reasons for taking. Again, if you would love to understand this more on a deeper level, there are always explanations for it. I can give you, just reach out to me on WhatsApp, on email. Yeah, Miracle Capital. Okay. Next trade. Now again, if you remember what I mentioned about this may not make sense, but if you watch the video, then you'd understand. I said because we had like the lowest of this market's levels, as you can see. You get. I wanted to see how. Sorry, I'm going off the 4-hour. My anticipation was to see how the market plays around this zone, and then we see what market direction it wants to give us, to the upside or to the downside, and then that's when you can make decisions of what direction we are taking with this market. Again, this trade as well, our analysis was, we see how it pushes to upside and we see its reaction to these levels. I'll kid you not, once it reached this level and I took this trade, I had a bit of regret. Why this pair was not moving, man. This pair was not moving. Till later I understood that it does this for all its pairs. Sorry, okay, my stylus wasn't working. It does this for all its pairs. Like even when it pushes upside, it moves. It takes its time, man. It takes its time. So I just like had to stay in. I reached a point and almost got out from. Sorry, okay, I just want to. Yeah, I reached a point and I just wanted to like get out from around here. But I gave it time. I was like, okay, let me give it my time and I see how it plays out. This is a pair I had not looked at in a very long time, so I understand attempting certain new things you're not used to. You may want things chap chap, but you must remember what type of traders we are here. So I gave it time, and because it was above my zone, I knew we are more safe than less. Yeah. And what had me closing and what had me holding throughout to this weekend was this heavy load, push of volume. I said, okay, now it looks like we are getting something new, as you can see, because I'm trying to show it from here, but we are here. Yeah, the labels are blocking. Yeah, but because of that push, I'd love to see what it now continues to play out. If it starts to play out again, I'm getting out of this trade at least at break even. It's better than nothing. I could look at taking 80% from here because it would give me something close to a 1-to-1. Let me just look into that. 80%. Yeah. If it came closer to around here. Jesus Christ, these labels. But yeah, if it gave me that closer to a 1-to-1, maybe then I would look at taking 80%. 80% and then we hold the 20, the whole rule we've been sharing since the beginning of this analysis videos. So I think we're back and we're done with all the 11 pairs. Thank you for tuning in. I'd love to see how many trades we've taken in total. Just to go through a quick one. Hold on. Okay, that's one. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, like we said, big watch list. I mean, more trades. What do you expect? But yeah, it has been worth it. I mean, and the stress that comes with a big watch list, you may never understand sometimes until you're going through it. So that has been it. Thank you for tuning in. I'll just move to the Word document. We see what we've been going through and discussing there as well. Yeah, okay. Again, just to shine more light, like we mentioned, recap of the week. It's the one of 27th Sunday, the Sunday of 27th, October 2024. We are now, it's right now today it's 2nd November. Number of trades we took was 4 out of 11 pairs we analyzed, or that presented ourselves in my type of template. Risk to reward ratio in total is 5.5 R, or 5R and a half. Instruments traded is the Australian dollar versus the Swiss francs, the British pound versus the Australian dollar, the British pound versus the New Zealand dollar, the USD versus the Canadian dollar. So one thing I did say again is you can see we have almost a similar risk to reward ratio to last week or the other week, and yet we had a smaller watch list and less trades taken. 3 trades taken, 5R. Here 4 trades taken, 5.5R. You see the difference, and the fact that it was an FP week could explain certain things. And we had some of those trades move from last week, so maybe you could make it 6R, but it's really 5R. You don't want to have a repetition of results. And then trades moved to next week is 0 because of the structure level. Again, according to how my template is, I wouldn't move some of them. You would look at them and say you'd move them to next week. I wouldn't. So 0 trades moved to next week. In total, this month actually we have had no loss, which is interesting. It's one of those rare months for me, by the way. I don't know. Rare because but with these higher time frames, again, it's beautiful. That's the beauty of trading the higher time frames. I just want to tell you to total up how many trades you've taken for this month. That's 1 4 8 trades for the month. Risk to reward ratio, that's 1R, 6R, 11.5R. So trades. I think I'll do all that later. I don't want to make this video so long, so catch you on my recap video. Maybe I'm going to release a video about a prop firm offering, a very, very renowned prop firm, 5% as offering a trading account of $20,000 at $10 only. If you would love that, just subscribe, tune in. Alright, signing out. See you later.